now that you had a few days after the Chicago game, what have you learned from that, and what are you giving as advice to the team moving forward?
Yeah, we analyzed this very clear on Sunday and started, to be honest, directly after the game on Saturday in Chicago in the locker room, then the same on Sunday, and then to prepare our training session for Tuesday, Wednesday. But the reaction, the behavior was clear. What we need, especially then for the next game, and it's clear that we were very disappointed and also very angry about this game against Chicago, and not disappointed or angry about the big picture of our season or something like that. So the atmosphere was not the best. It's clear after this game, but we were disappointed only for this game, and now we are looking forward for the home game against Atlanta in our stadium with our supporters, and this is now what we have to prepare.
Go back to Anthony.
Yeah.
How important are the standings now? Are you keeping track of them at this point? Because currently the team has fallen out of the home playoff spot. A win could put them back into it.
Yeah.
Are you looking at the standings now?
I heard about that now some guys maybe are a little bit afraid about the situation now, about the playoffs, home sport or something like that. But the main focus is now we have 3 home games in the regular season. So I think this is the main part now in our focus, in our daily life, in our part of work every day on the pitch. And we have a big opportunity for us, for ourselves, for our club, for our team, for our supporter to bring the whole energy on Saturday. And this is important. And I know, and for sure we want the best place. We want to have the best ranking in the table, of course. And but the next opportunity is on Saturday. And this is a big chance for us. And this is what we have to show them, the reaction, our behavior on the pitch.
Lastly,
it's okay.
I have to ask Emil Forsberg and Sean Nealis. I know you mentioned Emil for next week in the derby, but how has he been progressing? And also, just if you can give us an update on Sean.
Very good progressing with Emil. So it's a question. Maybe he's able then for Saturday. It's a question. And Sean Nealis as well. So we have to check him now. It's individual outside the last days, and we have to check him tomorrow, and it's also a question then for the game.
Next we'll go to Mark Fishkin on Zoom.
Mark.
Hey, good to see you, Coach. Atlanta came back from 2 goals down last night against Miami at home. What do you take away from a performance like that against the Eastern leaders, and what can you use from that match on Saturday?
Yeah. I'm sure that Miranchuk will play in the center more, not like a winger yesterday. I'm sure about that, to be honest. But at the end, it's a clear structure, how they are playing the last games, the structure with back 4, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, like this. Good speed in their transition moments, especially then Miranchuk, a good player, especially in possession, to find the right spot, to find the right space in very good moments. But for us it's very important to bring our whole energy, our all principles which we need against Atlanta, and this is the main part. And at the end we decide what happened, to be honest, on the field. So if we are able to bring all our quality on the pitch, then I'm sure we have the chance. So then we have the chance to get 3 points, but first of all we have to bring that on the field at the beginning, in every situation, every duel, in every sprint, in every intensive run, in every pass. And this is our main part, our main focus, because this was, and what I mentioned, that was not good enough against Chicago, but this was against Chicago and not the whole season.
Next we go to Daniel Florenstein on Zoom.
Good afternoon, Sandro. Hope you're doing well. Talk about Felipe Carballo, please. Since the transfer, how has he looked to you? Short time in his first match against Philadelphia, and he got his first start in Chicago. What's your overall assessment about Carballo so far?
First of all, he's physically in a very good spot, and when we have seen the numbers from the last game against Chicago, and it was the first game now with 19 minutes, and it's very good to have these option then for our 6th position, 8th position, or 10th position. He can also play as a 10. Physically in a very, very, very good spot, and also we will see him in a good spot in possession to keep the ball, to switch from one side to the other side, to read the game, and this is to have this experience also to bring the right rhythm in the game, and that is what we see in him, and he showed us also in the training session in some periods of the game to have this confidence and also to have a good quality to find to break lines in our build-up especially, and he's also able to pass the final to make the final decision and also in the final third.
Next we go to Voss on Zoom.
How's it going, Coach? Best of luck this Saturday. I just wanted to ask you, with the stretch run now having 5 games left in the season and a lot of talk being about the home playoff spot and everything else, what would be a successful 5-point run for you guys in terms of points total? Because 3 of the matches are at home and the other 2 are away.
Yeah.
So
First of all, and I know we were very angry, and this is what I said. We were very angry, disappointed about the last game, about the Chicago game. But at the end, we are in a good situation. So that's clear. We are when we sum up the whole season. Now 5 games we have to play in this regular season. So everything is in our hand to come in our top 4. That's clear. So for sure, then now it's Orlando. They have the same points. New York City, they have, I think, 40 points. Charlotte, 38, 39 points. I'm not sure. So, but at the end now, the main focus is on Saturday. This is our home game, and not to think about our home playoffs or home spot playoffs like this. So we are actually now on 5. So. And now we have the home game against Atlanta, and the main goal is for sure to get 3 points. So, but for ourselves, first of all, and not to think about that is then for the playoffs or something like that. No, it's only for us, for ourselves, for our daily work, then also to get these 3 points. And this is our focus. And now, so what I mentioned is, so we are now on the 5th place. I'm sure a lot of teams would be in our situation now. I'm sure in our conference, and we have this situation now. And with a not good game the last week, but we are also able now to bring our real face on Saturday against Atlanta.
Next, we go to Christian on Zoom.
Hi, good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
I have 2 questions for you. The first one is with Wiki Carmona. Any updates on his health status? Is he able to return to play this Saturday?
No.
And the second one?
Yeah, very quick. No,
the second one. Yeah, no, understand. Is there an update when he will be able to return?
Yeah, we will see. Could be maybe, I think New York City is also too early, to be honest. But he will be sure out for this Saturday and also for the next game, home game against New York City.
Okay, and I just had a follow-up question.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you had a conversation with Ronald Donkor, but how difficult was it for you to sit him on the bench for the last game, considering that he's been thriving under your system?
Yeah, but to have these difficult decisions, that's good, to be honest, for me as a head coach. And then it's important to have a clear communication with the player, individual, person by person. That's important, and also to explain the situation, to explain also to analyze the last performance against Kansas City, which was not the best. But this is normal as a young player for his development, individual development, and now, and it's also then that he has now this moment. Okay, now maybe he's coming now from the bench, but he's also very open, very clear in his mind, very clear also on the field, and it's good. To be honest, it's good that we have as a team to have this competition on this position, especially on the 6, and this is what we need, to be honest, as well.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions with the coach. First, we'll go to Gary on Zoom, and then we'll finish up with Anthony in the room. Gary, you have the floor.
Coach, focusing on on Saturday's game and Saturday's game alone. Based on you were visibly frustrated at all the results against Chicago. My question is, you speak, of course, with the team, and has the message finally gotten through? It's only so many games left that you want your team to finish strong in the regular season.
Yeah, that's our main part. So, and that is what I said, that we analyzed the game against Chicago, very open, very clear on Sunday, and now we have our 5 games, and for sure, for our big picture, it's important that we come to be successful, and hopefully then also directly to start in the next game. But the last, I have seen some numbers, to be honest, some facts before on Tuesday or Monday, the ranking from the last 10 games, but it was on Monday, on Tuesday. And to be honest, I was very surprised because my feeling was so bad. But the ranking before Wednesday, before these games yesterday, was in the Eastern Conference that we were in the table on the 7th place. And this was for me, to be honest, the biggest surprise, because my feeling was more that we are on 12 or on 13, because with so many draws in this situation. But at the end, and what I want to say is, at the end it's normal maybe, but I don't want to accept that it's normal. This is my problem as a head coach. So, but at the end, I have also to accept sometimes this normal development, and to have these such long season, in such long period, to have these difficult moments. And we were in the difficult. We had some difficult moments, but the last game we were very disappointed, very angry, and but now it's over. Now to look forward to the next game, next opportunity, and the big picture is now in the next 5 games to get points, so many as we can, and it starts now for Saturday, and then to have a great finish in our regular season, and then hopefully. And this is also not clear now at this moment, then to have the playoff games, the first playoff games in my life with the Red Bulls.
And we'll finish up with that.
Coach Dante Van Zier came off the bench the last 2 games.
Yeah.
He was effective in helping create that first goal in the last game. How has he been adjusting to this new role, where he was a starter for quite some time? Has he earned his way back into the conversation, or is it still a situation where he's going to be on the bench?
No, it's always the same, and this is also my responsibility, and also I can't explain every day, every week decisions, starting lineup, bench, substitution. But in this case, I explained this as well, and also we have a clear conversation, individual, to analyze and tactical what he can improve. To bring him in the best situation, in the best spot on the field for scoring. That's clear. But and then also, it was also a good reaction last week when we had this talk, and it was a good reaction, to be honest. Then also in the second half in Chicago with his assist, and he had also a little bit the similar assist in Charlotte. Our first game after the break was similar situation, and so now we have to decide who will play on Saturday against Atlanta.